All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's do a check-in 2026 prophetic forecast. This was given on December 31st, 2025. Greetings, I'm Prophet Alvin White, Senior Pastor of Empowering Word Christian Center, one of the leaders of God's Holy Remnant in these last days. This is the 2026 prophetic forecast. Many of you that follow me have seen this before, have heard me talk about this before. So I just wanted to give a check-in based on everything that I'm seeing on social media. So God bless you. It's July 23rd, 2026. That's when I'm making this video. I'm going to upload it to the other social media platforms, Instagram and TikTok and YouTube. But I'm live on Facebook right now. And when we look at it, now I don't create these. I just report them. I just say whatever the king says to say. The king says it's going to be this. How am I going to argue with the king? 2026 is a year of the writing on the wall. So when you have, give you some prophetic clarity, it's the year that God is making things very clear. Now this comes from Daniel, where the king, he was about to go down. And God's hand wrote on the wall, and it was clear. He saw a man's hand writing on the wall. So much so, he got so fearful that his joints went out of socket. So the Lord said, I'm going to make things so clear, it'll be like me writing on the wall. It's the year of the writing on the wall. And he said, this is what he said. He said, some people still ain't going to see it. He said it's the year of war and wars. That's what he said, so that's what I put down. He said it's the year that they'll say rebellion. So let's watch for that. He says the year of pushback, worldwide, several countries, protests and unrest. We've seen some of that. It's the year of lightning. We've seen a lot of that. The year of great division and dividing of land. So let's watch for that. It's the year of escalated earthquakes, volcanic eruptions, floods. You see that? Floods, fires, and much talk about the inside of the earth and much talk about the sun. Now, if you've been following, that about the inside of the earth and the sun has been huge this year. Now, how do I know something like that's going to happen? Well, I don't. God does. So I just report what he says. The year of escalation of ice raids and pushback, civil unrest. Escalation of ice raids. So now ICE is just murdering people in the street. How did I know that was going to happen? Well, I didn't. I don't have any special. I just report what he says. That's all I do. I just report what he says. All right. So This is what's going on right now. This is what's going on right now. Let me show you some videos. This is what's going on right now. This is Kanab, Utah.
That's unreal.
So major flooding out in Utah. This is Zurich, Switzerland. Zurich, Switzerland. It's a monsoon of storms and rain. That's what's happening right now. Then
Fires are raging in Italy, France and Spain as southern Europe endures another spell of severe heat. In Sicily, more than 6,000 personnel have been battling dozens of fires, 50 of which are still burning. In western France, 12,000 people have been evacuated from homes and campsites, while across the Pyrenees in Spain, the authorities have ordered the evacuation of several districts around the city of Toledo, south of Madrid. So that's just a roundup of some of the pictures and places. Our reporter Jo Kent is in France and has found herself in the middle of one of those evacuations.
Well, I've been staying with my family at this campsite in the village of Clowy in Cap Ferret for the last week. We first noticed the fire break out yesterday. We saw the smoke about 4 o'clock. Cycling back from the Cap Ferret Peninsula, there was ash in the air. We could see the smoke. In the sky now, the smoke has definitely got thicker this morning. We've been wondering all morning if we were going to be evacuated or not. And in the last 10 minutes, the police have come round and they've told us that we've got 30 minutes to get out. So now there's a bit of a scramble with everyone here just packing up their cars and making a dash for it.
Well, just what it's like to be involved in one of those evacuations. Let me show you the pictures. France, first of all, because, well, everything that we were just hearing there from Joe, it is still going on with those wildfires spreading. The same is true in Spain. Let me show you the pictures there on the right-hand side with so many fire crews battling the parched earth, the winds that whip up and actually make these wildfires spread so quickly. So real problems for the authorities right across so many of the countries.
all right. This is Gujarat, India. it is.
Virginia, drivers trapped. The images coming in tonight, water rushing through homes and businesses in West Virginia. The National Guard has been deployed at this hour, the governor declaring a state of emergency tonight. More than a dozen tornadoes reported in at least 6 states already, including a confirmed tornado in Cape May, New Jersey. Heavy rains opening up a huge sinkhole. This is Providence, Rhode Island right here. And tonight, Tropical Storm Bertha now making landfall in Louisiana. Watches and warnings up at this hour from Alabama to Texas. Heavy rain, potentially damaging winds tonight. So Lee Goldberg is standing by with the forecast, and Victor Akendo in New Orleans, where this tropical storm has now made landfall. Victor.
Good evening, David. Tropical Storm Bertha has come ashore and is churning along the Gulf Coast. It comes as we're tracking emergency water rescues along the East Coast. Tonight, West Virginia National Guard rescue vehicles out in force as record rain sends rivers raging. Terrifying video shows what families were up against when the rains came in Georgetown, West Virginia. Rising creeks trapping Bobby Jo Monnett and her family. In Buchanan, Johnny Reed grabbing his son as his home security camera captures images of his shed and ATV washing away. Reed and his family tell ABC News they're safe tonight. The governor declaring a state of emergency, sharing this aerial video of devastated communities. Overnight in Nashville, swift water teams rescuing multiple people from vehicles. Police in Mount Juliet, Tennessee, patrolling flooded streets, carrying this woman to safety from her flooded car. The powerful system spawning more than a dozen reported tornadoes across 6 states. This one in Owenton, Kentucky, destroying a barn.
Hang on, we're gonna die together if we're gonna die.
Chris and Sharon Palmer's home in Grayson County also destroyed. They rode out the storm holding hands in these reclining chairs. Thankfully, they're okay. New York City's parkways flooding, and straight-line winds snap trees in front of drivers. This massive waterspout spotted off the Jersey Shore near Cape May. And in Stanhope, New Jersey, they're cleaning up from a confirmed tornado there. Meanwhile, along the Gulf Coast, red flags flying and beaches closed as Tropical Storm Bertha makes landfall in St. Bernard Parish, Louisiana. Streets flooding around Biloxi late today. Hey, David, just look at what Tropical Storm Bertha is doing to Lake Pontchartrain. Those massive waves crashing up against the wall. So while the storm is on the move, it is by no means done with New Orleans just yet. There is more rain and wind expected through the night. David?
Victor Akendo leading us off here. Victor, thank you.
All right. Then you have this.
A woman was lifted over a gate as part of an evacuation operation in Spain.
This is Spain.
Authorities went door to door looking for people as a new major wildfire erupted, threatening homes. 3 villages had been ordered to evacuate, and people in a 4th had been told to stay in their homes with doors and windows closed until further notice. Several districts around the city of Toledo are affected. Emergency alerts were sent by telephone to residents of those areas because of the fire, and several arterial roads were cut off. This new blaze spread as hundreds of firefighters battled a major wildfire that has devastated 32,000 hectares about 100 kilometres north of Madrid.
Dead roe deer, dead wild boar, caught in the fire. In short, a disaster, an ecological disaster. In other words, they've let it burn. They've let one of the largest lungs of the whole of Spain burn down.
Spain, like much of Western Europe, has been experiencing periods of extreme temperatures in recent weeks.
We must also bear in mind this climate change that is ravaging us. Climate change means temperatures that have never been seen on this scale before.
While visiting one of the affected areas on Wednesday, Spanish Prime Minister Pedro Sanchez urged politicians to put aside partisan notions and focus on fighting the climate emergency.
All right. This is the Philippines.
So dahil umuulan, feeling nila mag-landslide yung area nila. So lumipat sila sa isang ilong farm nila, no, na nasa around 500 meters from their main community. Doon sila natulog ang dalawang pamilya, so hindi nila alam na yung
Our broadcast tonight, deadly landslides caused by heavy monsoon rains in the southern Philippines. Entire communities have been evacuated
as Typhoon Inday is expected to bring risky conditions in parts of the country this weekend. Ernel Tokmo has tonight's top story.
10 people from 2 families are killed after a landslide buried their house in Sitio Pandao, Barangay Poblacion in Malapatan, Sarangani Province early Friday morning, following heavy rains brought by a typhoon-enhanced southwest monsoon. One of the victims was rushed to the hospital but was declared dead on arrival.
Ito yung nasa 37 or to 50 household nakatira yung dalawa.
Reaching the landslide site was a major challenge. It took rescuers 3 to 5 hours of travel by motorcycle and on foot to reach the affected area. More than 100 families have been evacuated in Malapatan. This is now on yellow alert, the second highest level, as they monitor the effects of the storm. On Friday, parts of the city saw flooding due to the rains. QC DRRMO says the local government has identified.
So that's the flooding. That's Philippines. So let's look at this. The 2026 global wildfire season has seen extreme and record-breaking activity fueled by powerful combination of climate change-induced heat waves and a highly volatile El Nino weather cycle between January and April alone. Over 150 million hectares burned globally, setting an unprecedented pace for the start of the calendar year. Just wild. Look at this. Widespread and historic flooding throughout 2026 has impacted millions of people globally, driven by a record strength El Nino weather pattern and intensified by human-caused global heating. It's just all over the world. So, how did I see this by the Spirit last year? Because I began to talk about this in November and December, and then we released the whole thing during our New Year's Eve service that we have every year. How did I know? Well, God reveals to his prophets, and the prophets have the job of releasing that so that people can be aware and they can pray. There's so much to pray for all around this country. Then on top of that, you have ICE murdering people. Then on top of that, you have some recent cop shootings. Then on top of that, you have total corruption in the government. Donald Trump and his administration is corrupt. Oh my gosh. So you have something going on that's unprecedented, and it's boiling. We're going somewhere, ladies and gentlemen. This is all going somewhere. So if they try to tell you revival is coming, don't believe them. There's no such thing. That's not happening. They trying to tell you everything's going to be okay. No. I'm telling you, I know where this is going because the Bible gives us clear evidence through scripture, biblical end time prophecy. And we are in that time. Pray, and be a part of God's remnant. All right, it's a small group that's set aside from these political American Christians that are not even Christians. They're filled with great hypocrisy and darkness. And they have false light, following Donald Trump, following republicanism and conservatism, and thinking that that's of God. And America, oh my gosh, how great is their darkness. God bless you. Have a wonderful day. Like or love the video. Share it. Send it out. See you soon.